Good morning, good morning, good morning. Did y'all miss me yesterday? What was yesterday? Tuesday?
On a Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yesterday was one of those days, and honestly, I just did not feel like recording. I needed a day not recording.
A little mental break, huh?
A little mental break. Started the morning out yesterday. Got the rest of the cabin floor painted. How's it look?
Phenomenal. Better, in my opinion, it looks better than the tiny house.
Yeah, it looks nice. It looks real good.
Just because it spreads out a little more and you can really see it. Man.
Yeah.
It looks kind of flaky.
Kind of flaky. Not putting the cabin back together today. Honestly, this will probably be the last day of decent weather that we have for the next couple of days. But as you can see, I am being chauffeured this morning.
No messy.
The Jeep is fixed and ready to go. Funny thing is it was not the computer in it, even though it was slinging computer codes and all this other stuff. He told me it was the battery terminals, which I don't really know so much about that. But the big problem was apparently a fuse vibrated loose in the dash.
Yeah.
It looked like it was in, but it was actually out just a little bit. And I guess that's what was throwing the codes for the computer thing. So I'm glad I took it to the shop and had them evaluate it, do a once over, because like I said, when I took it, I didn't want to just start buying a bunch of electrical parts and stuff, and just that gets expensive real fast. And if you don't have the proper machines and stuff to diagnose that stuff, you can spend a fortune and never get your car right. So it's going to cost me about $200 to push a fuse back in and clean some paint off a terminal.
Well, in your defense, costing them $200 to know that it only needed to have.
I am not complaining, because I'm a firm believer in, like, when you have people, you're going to do something for somebody and you charge them, say, $300, and it takes you 20 minutes to do it. You know, it's about the tools and the knowledge to fix it more than it is about the time that it takes to fix it.
Because at that point, then you're penalizing that person for having knowledge and working quickly
and having the right tools for the job.
Yeah, when they could have said, "Oh yeah, it took me a week and a half, $300."
Yeah,
great price.
Yeah, I read this thing on Facebook or somewhere where a guy was talking about his driveway getting concreted, and the guy was like, "Oh, that's a whole lot of money. I think that's too much. I'll just do it myself." And then the guy's like, "All right, that's fine. I'll even come over here and help you or whatever. And but this is what you're gonna need." And he started naming off all the tools and all this other stuff. And then he's like, "All right, you're also gonna need to, figure this out, figure that out, all this other stuff." Moral of the story is, by the time it was over with, the guy went ahead and paid him to go ahead and do it, because by the time he would have bought everything to actually get it done, it would have cost him twice as much.
Yeah.
And that's just part of it. You're not just buying the time. You're buying the experience, the tools, the know-how, and all of that other stuff. So I get that.
People always said that to me whenever I came to their house to work on their air conditioning, and it comes out and it's just a bad capacitor, and I fix it in 15 minutes and I'm done, and I'm like, "All right, the total's $300," and they're like, "What?"
Yeah. So I'm a firm believer, especially whenever mechanical wise, I'll kind of diagnose a car and kind of fix some things, because if you understand motors, you understand that, okay, if it ain't doing this, then it's got to be somewhere in here. Electrical is a whole nother animal. With all the computers and stuff they got and everything now, it could be a relay, it could be a fuse, it could be a short, it could be a burned out capacitor somewhere. There's so many different things it could be. So I learned a long time ago that diagnosing electronics is not my thing when it comes to vehicles. Now put me on a computer, I got you. But that goes with 8 years of college and experience, and 12 years of doing it and all of that. Same thing.
I feel the same way. You give me a meter, give me a multimeter,
actually going to sell the Jeep.
And no, not to us. We don't want it.
Yeah, I bought it from them.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to fix everything and then sell it back to them at a discounted rate.
Lissa said you could not sell her that Jeep for $1,000. She feels like it's cursed.
She's moved on.
I like the Jeep. I would take the Jeep.
I like the Jeep too. It's just, it doesn't fit my needs for what I need. And honestly, I look like King Koopa in Mario Kart driving it. I'm way too big for that Jeep. But it will be a perfect vehicle for a new family. And more than likely, I've worked out a deal, or they've worked out a deal with me. I think Brittany and Colin, Simple Life and Country Road Cure's niece and new nephew, now that they're married, I believe that they're going to end up buying the Jeep and make payments and stuff like that. And between me, you, and the fence post, I'm actually taking a pretty good lick on it. But I'm doing it intentionally. It's kind of like my little marriage and new baby coming kind of gift from Uncle David. You know what I mean? I'm basically I'm selling it just for just a little bit more than what it actually cost me to buy it and get it here.
Yeah.
Not counting basically the fixing of it when I got it here with the air conditioner and all that stuff and these problems and all that other stuff. I'm gonna eat that and give them a reasonable payment plan that they can handle and stuff. That way they got a secondary vehicle, because Colin works and so does Brittany, and so 2 vehicles is just easier for them.
Yeah, and now with their baby too.
Yeah,
they got the baby.
And they got the baby, so it's a nice little SUV. It'll be a great family vehicle. Yeah. Great family vehicle. And neither one of them are as big as me.
Yeah.
So they're not going to look like King Koopa or Queen Koopa.
Yeah. Yeah, they're about my size. They're
it's a perfect car for a starter family.
Yeah.
And it's in really good shape. I mean,
other than that back corner where Lissa done obliterated it, it's actually in immaculate shape.
Yeah. The interior is amazing. There's not a ton of miles on it and stuff like that.
There's 132,000 miles on that.
Yeah. And I've only drove it, guys, like 10 times.
We only drove it when we had it less than 10 times.
Yeah.
We bought that car in Lake City. We drove from Gainesville to Lake City, picked it up, drove it back from Lake City, got it ready to go. Lissa drove it around town it didn't even go 100 miles. We took it to Tampa. And then on our way back to Tampa, the AC and stuff started going out on it. We didn't drive it much more.
Yeah.
So it
doesn't ping, it doesn't smoke, the motor's great.
AC now blows ice.
Yeah, and AC is all brand new. It's got a whole brand new AC system.
It's been two
times. Because Mike got shafted there when he took it to get fixed, and that's why he sold it to me. He finally threw his hands up with it because he got screwed over by a mechanic there in Florida. And luckily our friends up here at Magazine Tire and Auto, great people.
That's my truck.
Told us, yes, it's definitely the AC. And Mike was like, I already got that fixed.
I was mad because I had receipts still in the Jeep from where I got that AC. I spent $2,000 getting that AC completely rehauled.
Yeah.
Just for it to be the AC again. Man, talk about mad.
And I spent about the same thing getting it rehauled again. And so luckily, I mean, in all reality, basically that was the only thing wrong with it, because this right here was just a fluke. A fluke, basically, with the vibrating out and stuff like that. And it just so happens to be, right at the time that winter was happening and everything else, and it was throwing that lightning bolt thing or whatever, which led me to the throttle body and throttle body positioning sensor. So it's got a new one of those. And I still got the old one.
It's also got a new power steering pump. Yeah. Because
same thing.
That's the thing. When he told me, the AC guy told me, oh yeah, it's not the AC. I fixed it. It's got to be the power steering pump. So I put a brand new power steering pump in it before I left Florida.
So it is good to go. I'm not going to sell it to him quite yet. I have my son coming up here Saturday. So I'm going to throw him the keys when he gets here so he has a ride to get around.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
And then when my brother and mom get here and sister-in-law, I'm going to do the same thing and let them use it because I'm going to be so busy with the meetup. It allow me to not have to shuttle them around. If they need to go to town or go get some coffee or you know, Walmart or anything like that, they can go. So it's only 2 weeks away. I'll actually be contacting Brittany and Colin sometime this week, letting them know that it's fixed and stuff after I drive it for a little while and make sure that it's all good.
Yeah.
That, and I also want to get it cleaned up for them and stuff, make it all nice and shiny and all that other good stuff. I'm also going to, they don't know this, but the brake light that's busted in the back, I'm probably going to go ahead and order another set of those. They ain't cheap either. But that way they're just good to go. Good to go and ready for the new baby coming. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I like seeing new young families starting their journey and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Well, what do you got going on today there, Michael?
Today, I'm actually heading over, after I drop you off, heading over to Possum Run, over to Mama V's, and myself and a couple of other people are going to go ahead and hopefully get the last pieces of metal up on her roof, and we'll be completely done with her roof project.
Nice. And I'm going to, being that we're supposed to have decent weather today, even though it's not looking like it, I'm not going to lie to you, it's cloudy out.
It is.
Very cloudy out. I'm going to finish the rabbit tractor because it's been raining like crazy. That's why I jumped inside the cabin and started working on the cabin. That way I can keep things moving. I'm only a door away and a water system away from the rabbit being done. So the rabbits will be moved today. Excited about that. And then I'm going to start working on the raised bed thing. I also bought some materials yesterday to start building the barn door when Levi gets here for the in between the bathroom and the bedroom in the tiny house. It's a little father-son project I want to do with my son. If we got time, I'm going to do the Swedish door in the kitchen too. But I definitely want to get the one in between the bedroom and the bathroom for sure. I got the barn door kit that I believe David Moffett, the Moffettias of David, sent me. And so we're going to get that built. So yeah, I think that's all I got going on right now. And then start cleaning up a little bit around the yard. It's not too bad. It's just that back patio section has been a store off for a while. So get that situated. Yeah, and get ready for my son to get here, and Sunday Tim's getting here, and then people are going to start filing in next week, coming in for the meetup. So it's about go time, guys. But we're almost to the shop, so I'm going to get off here. I hope y'all having an amazing Wednesday, guys. Love every single one of y'all. Do something nice for somebody, but always, and I do mean always, keep it real. Come on.